Hello, and welcome to my first how-to video. Apparently I know how to do some stuff. Not much. Oh, forgot to take my ugly glasses off. Anyhow, what we're going to learn how to do today is make an herbal headache tea. Actually, it's for headaches, backaches, any kind of muscle or bone pains. Now, remember, holistic or herbal medicines aren't a replacement for doctors or actual medical care. Okay, because these people go to school for like 8 to 20 freaking years to learn their stuff, and I've been doing this for about 2. So, but nonetheless, it works. Now, what you need is something like a mortar and pestle. Mortar and pestle, one of those things. It's the thing that the RX looks like on the prescription stuff, whatever the hell it's called, pharmacies. That's it. And of course, you need herbs. Now, what I like to start off with is chamomile. Now, this is real chamomile. It's not the stuff that you find in those little tea bags at the grocery store. I mean, it is, but that stuff is processed and they'll grind up stems and leaves and all that other stuff. This stuff here, it looks like hops, and man, it is just almost orgasmic to look at, or to sniff rather. So I like a nice generous helping of those, about that much. And that's mainly just a filler. Okay, maybe a little more. That's just mainly a filler. However, chamomile it's like a wonder herb in a ways. Ziploc bags aren't the best way to keep them. I just, usually in little glass jars like this is the best way to keep them fresh, but hey. Keep in mind all of these are dried. I got them from a pagan place, Spellbound in Salt Lake City. And yeah, the guy there, Steve, he's real knowledgeable about, all kinds of herbs and stuff. He's got a wonderful apothecary. So all these pretty much cost, I think it was like $2.50 or $2.99 for an ounce. So, anyways, you got your chamomile, which is a good filler. Then I like to add in a little bit of valerian. Now, don't overuse valerian because it kind of makes you a little sleepy. But that's been known since ancient Roman times to help with all kinds of stuff. It smells like dirty feet. See, sniff. But it tastes good. A little pinch there. I'd say 3 parts chamomile, 1 part valerian. Next, we're going to toss in some willow bark. Now that tastes a little bit bitter, and actually if you're allergic to aspirin, do not use a willow bark, because that's what aspirin's made of. So we'll put in about 2 parts. Yeah, 2 parts willow bark. So it's like 3 parts chamomile, 1 part valerian, 2 parts willow bark. And I also like to throw in a little bit of elder, because I don't know. I mean, elderflower is just a real great herb to go with anything. So like 1 part of that. And one of my favorite herbs is elderberries. Okay, you can't read that, but elderberries. They look like little tiny currants. Just a few of them. A few. Like 1.5 parts of that. And what those will do is it'll give your tea a nice fruity taste and actually helps kind of as a little pick-me-up. It's a great, elderberries make a great alternative to coffee. They actually don't contain caffeine, they do contain a little bit of sugar, but you're still going to want to sweeten your tea. Now I mix them up. I've got a little mixing rod that has little runes of healing on it and stuff because, I'm pagan, and that's what pagans do. So, I mix them up there so it looks all nice. Look at that. Ooh. You want to put milk in it and eat it for cereal. You can, but I really wouldn't suggest it. And then we use your thingy. I'm not sure which one is a mortar and which one is a pestle, but, I know how they work. And basically you just want to kind of crush, get in there and just sort of crush until all the little hot balls there of chamomile are crushed down. This only takes a minute or so. And that just kind of crushes them up and gets more surface exposure. Just like when you're cooking, say you cut up garlic and put it in, the smaller you cut the garlic, the more surface exposure, so the more good stuff you get out of the garlic, taste or health benefits or whatever. Of course, we're not using garlic in here. So just a little crunchy. Now, I've basically said that, it's this many parts of this and that many of this and whatnot, and And that's so you can make a 1 cup, or you can make like 20 cups worth, same proportions. That's how that works. One thing I love about holistic medicines, herbals and such, is the fact that if I accidentally put in a little too much of one thing, somebody's not going to die of an overdose. Because it's more of an art than a science, but it doesn't mean you don't have to read or learn more about it. So, anyways, you get those all mixed up and stir them up again there. I like to visualize green energies going into it, but you don't have to. Stir them up, and then you can either put them in like a T-ball, which is like a little metal screen ball with a chain coming off of it. You can usually find it at the grocery store. It's like hanging off the ends of the aisles, like, hey, do you need this? Like how they do with spatulas and, excuse me, can openers or whatever, jar openers. That's what I'm thinking of. So now that we got that, well, maybe crush a few little more there. There we go. Herbs and dirty feet. Yeah. Now what I like to use is this thing we got from a Numi tea thing. I don't know, some kind of import something or another. I don't know. But oh, let me show you this here. One of these. Yeah. I put it to a lot of use, so you know it's got a little chips out of it and all that other stuff. Real thin glass. But now this thing is a filter. That's what those little hole line things are for. So you just kind of dump it up in there. Kind of spill some on your lap if you want. Now, keep in mind if you have cats that whitewillow bark is not, like I said, asprin is not good for cats. Do not let your cats get into it. However, if you're using valerian as well, make sure you give some to your cats because valerian is like Coke to them. So they love it and it does not hurt them. And then after that point, you usually fill it about this much with water out of a, the hell are those things called? Teapots. Yeah. That up in there and pour the rest of it in. Pop a little thingy on there. And do I really need to tell you how to make a cup of tea? Anyhow, so that's headache tea. It's good for headaches, backaches, all kinds of, muscle things and whatnot. And I suggest that you usually use that as well as other stuff. I mean, for example, if you've got a muscle strain or pulled hamstring or some crap, and that should help with it. But also, do the whole heat or ice or elevation or whatever the heck little pamphlets and stuff say. So yeah, there we go. My first instructional video. Uh, Leave any comments or questions. I'll be happy to answer them. All right. Peace.